a world that never stops talking, there's a truth most people miss: silence. That quiet place inside where clarity, strength, and growth reside. It's easy to overlook. But let me tell you, when you learn to embrace silence, you tap into something powerful. Now, I'm not just talking about the absence of noise. Silence is a mindset, a sanctuary where you can reconnect with yourself. It's where the real magic happens. When you stop talking, stop reacting, you finally start listening, really listening. And that's when you hear it, your own thoughts, your intuition, the whispers of your heart. In that stillness, you find who you truly are and what you're meant to do. But here's the truth. In silence, you don't just listen to yourself. You tune into the universe. You connect with something greater. Whether you call it the divine, the universe, or your inner voice, it's in silence that you begin to hear the wisdom of the world. Now, I get it. In today's world, it seems like we're programmed to keep moving, keep hustling, keep filling every space with sound or activity. We've been conditioned to think that silence is wasted time, that if you're not saying something, doing something, or constantly interacting, you're falling behind. But let me tell you, silence is far from wasted. Silence is the place where growth happens. Think about it. When do you grow the most? Is it in the noise and distractions, or is it in the moments when you finally stop, reflect, and take stock of who you are and what you're doing? When you sit in silence, you allow yourself to truly grow, to reflect, to become more than you were before. Silence doesn't just give you clarity, it gives you strength. And I'm not talking about the kind of strength that comes from muscles or power. No, I'm talking about a deeper strength, the kind that comes from within, the kind that's built in those quiet moments when you have to confront yourself, when you have to look at your fears, your doubts, your dreams, and your goals and face them head on. In those moments of silence, you find your real power. But here's something many people miss. Silence is where creativity is born. When you strip away the distractions, when you finally quiet all the noise, you create space for ideas to flow. It's in that stillness where the most profound ideas come to life. That's when solutions to problems you've been stuck on suddenly appear. When you give your mind space to breathe, it begins to create in ways you never thought possible. Now, I'm not saying silence is always easy. Being alone with your thoughts can be uncomfortable. It can even be scary sometimes. But discomfort is where growth lives. That unease, that restlessness, that's a sign that you're on the edge of something great, that you're pushing yourself to go deeper, to discover more about who you really are and what you're capable of. And here's another thing, silence isn't just about you, it's about the world around you. When you stop talking and start listening, really listening, you begin to see the world differently. You notice things you missed before. You hear the subtleties in conversations, the emotions behind the words, the beauty in the little things, the sound of the wind, the laughter of a child, the way someone's eyes light up when they're happy. Silence opens you up to the richness of life. But more than that, silence connects you to others in a way words often can't. In our constant rush to speak, to express ourselves, we forget the power of listening. When you sit in silence with someone, really being present, you communicate on a deeper level. You don't need to fill every gap with words. Sometimes the most powerful conversations happen in the spaces between the words. You might wonder, how do I find silence in a world that never stops? It starts with a decision, a commitment to make space for it. You don't have to go off into the mountains to find stillness. You can find it in your everyday life, even amidst the chaos. Wake up a little earlier and sit in the quiet of the morning. Turn off the noise, step away from your phone, and just be. Find those small moments of silence and let them nourish you. Because here's the truth. Silence isn't the absence of something. It's the presence of everything. It's where you connect with your true self, where you find peace, where you tap into the essence of who you are. And when you can sit in silence, when you can embrace it fully, That's when you unlock a power that's always been inside of you. So, my friends, don't shy away from silence. Embrace it. Let it become a part of your life. Because when you learn to sit in the stillness, you'll discover more than peace. You'll discover the real you. You'll find strength, clarity, creativity, and connection like never before. And when the world gets loud, and believe me, it will, you'll have something solid to stand on. You'll have that quiet, unshakable place within you that no one can touch. So, make space for silence. Let it be your guide, your strength, your refuge. Because when you master silence, you master yourself.